we'll stand here and watch these heifers for a minute while I talk about having baby calves. If you're new at having cattle, never had mama cows, baby calves, done anything of the sort, I'll try to offer up a few suggestions here. Maybe when they be quiet. They're all telling me they want fed. When you buy females, first thing to do, if they are not cows, if they're heifers, never had a calf, you need to have them pelvic examined by a vet to make sure that their pelvis area is large enough to have a calf pass through it. 4 or 5 years ago, we started doing that to all our replacement heifers, and we keep all of our stuff. We pretty much have a closed herd besides the bulls we buy. We don't buy any females. And since we started pelvic scoring, we've had like very few, 1-2 issues over the last like 5 years. It usually goes extremely well. That's the first thing to do. Next is to make sure you have a bull, like that guy who's sticking his head out there, that is low birth weight and good calving knees to help eliminate issues. And personally, I not only like to look at the bull EPDs, but also his actual data, like his actual birth weight. And then I like to look at both his sire and his dam's EPDs and data to just kind of verify that he has a lineage of calving knees and birth weight. When these heifers and stuff go to calving, you can read or listen to lots of videos talk about this. It's critical that that baby calf is up within that first hour in nurses to get the best colostrum, to have the best chance of being healthy throughout its life. And you know, the little guy that was born over there in the mud, he was probably there a couple hours at least, and whether he'd been up and nursed it's unlikely. And so that's probably gonna hurt him down the road, and it may not, but it doesn't help his chances. That calf needs to be dried off and up within an hour of being born. What else? Really, something I've learned over the years is also just leaving them alone. Unless they absolutely need your assistance or vet assistance, it is just far better to leave them alone. And you know, I try to get birth weights on my calves, and even that sometimes doesn't go very well, and probably should have just left them alone. An example is that baldy heifer over there that I said weighed 45 pounds, and I was trying to get out of this lot in the previous video. I just weighed him a little while ago, and after I did so, he went berserk. And newborn calves will do this. He just started running, and he kept running and running until he ran into a fence. And of course, a newborn baby calf does not know what a fence is. And so he kept trying to go through that fence and got himself kind of cut up and stuff. But they will run, and they will run, and they will run until their little legs won't take them anymore. So it is best, if she has it and the weather's alright, and she hasn't had it in a mud pile, to just leave them alone and let her do her thing. Because 9 times out of 10, in my experience, you do more harm than good when you try to mess with those babies and those mamas first on. But, you know, not only just leaving them alone to do their own thing, but, I mean, you do have to keep an eye on them. You don't want to just leave them alone. Anyways, there's all sorts of other stuff to talk about when it comes to baby calves. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and start chores since they all think they're going to get fed. Might as well feed them anyways. It's pretty close to that time. See, these heifers, they will be yearlings here in March. So here in probably just 3 weeks or so, these are going to be yearlings. And this weekend they are going to get pelvic examined. And any of them that do not meet the minimum threshold will be culled and sold. I not only look at pelvic scores, but I also look at their reproductive tract score. Are they cycling yet? I weigh them to see how much they're weighing. You know, if they're yearling and they're weighing 600 pounds, then no, I'm not keeping them. My minimum weight for a heifer at breeding is 800 pounds. I've bred a few that were like 770 or around there, but usually the minimum for me is 800 pounds. And at a year, when she's getting pelvic scored and getting her RTS score, she has to have a 2 or better. That goes a long way to aid your herd in its fertility and to just give you more positive results when they calve. Alright, next video, just to give you a sneak peek, is going to be talking about the bulls I'm raising. I've got 3 commercial bulls over at my dad's that I'm raising to sell, and I've had those genetically tested for EPDs. So I will make a video to discuss that.